Today we're going to be reading Benjamin Dilley's Thirsty Camel by Jolly Roger Bradford. Benjamin Dilley was a little boy about the same age as most little boys. People said that Benjamin Dilley was a dreamer, but the truth was that he had a wonderful imagination. For instance, he could shut his eyes and imagine a lavender hippopotamus in a general's uniform, smelling a flower, and when he opened his eyes, there would be the hippo. Really? A real live hippopotamus in a general's uniform, standing right there in front of Benjamin. Look how Benjamin smiles. He could imagine a genie in a bottle or out of a bottle. Whoosh. And that genie was so real that he'd even grant Benjamin a wish. He gave him an ice cream cone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scoops. Boy, I hope they don't splat on the floor. Benjamin Dilley could see almost anything with his wonderful imagination of his. A goat driving a sports car. Whoosh! Bunnies jumping on the furniture. A boing, 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 a boing, boing.
Sky filming. The sky filming.
Or a scary witch doctor jumping rope with a snake. Once, he even imagined a friendly whale that took him clear around the world one morning, swimming so fast that Benjamin got back in plenty of time to wash his hands for lunch. Look, he's having an apple and a drink. I wonder if he's going to have a peanut butter sandwich. The trouble was, nobody but Benjamin could see all these wonderful things. Benjamin would say, "Mom, you shouldn't work so hard. My genie would be glad to do that." But his mother would say, "Yes, dear, that's nice. Keep off the floor till it's dry, won't you, dear?" Benjamin would say, "Look, Grandpa, there's a whole platoon of soldiers standing right behind you." But Grandpa would just say, "That reminds me of the time I was in the army." And then he would tell Benjamin all about it again. Benjamin would say, "Dad, have you ever seen a turtle in a turtleneck sweater?" That's a sweater that comes up around your neck. But Father would say, "No, I haven't. But have you seen the rest of my paper?" One afternoon, Benjamin Dilley was watching his father fix a leak in a pipe down in their basement. It was a small leak, just a drip, drip now and then, but it was taking Benjamin's father a long time. His wrench was way too big, for one thing. To pass the time, Benjamin imagined a funny old camel wearing glasses perched on the end of his nose. He decided to have a game of ping pong. While Father was working, the camel looked quite old and rickety, but he turned out to be a very good ping pong player. "My camel says you're turning the wrench the wrong way, Dad," said Benjamin. "Your father knows what he's doing," his father started to say. But a big gush of water interrupted him, squirting from the pipe with a frightening sound. Whoosh! All over Father and Benjamin and the basement floor. Benjamin's father struggled with the pipe, but it was no use. He just got wetter, and he dropped his wrench. The water kept spraying and spread out all over the basement floor. Soon it was an inch deep, then 2 inches, and in no time it was almost up to Father's knees. "It's a regular flood!" he cried, letting go of the pipe. He splashed to the stairs and dashed up to the kitchen. Benjamin Dilley could hear his father shouting into the telephone, "Help! Send a plumber over right away! Send 2 plumbers! And hurry!" Benjamin looked at the water rising around his tummy. "Do something, Camel!" he shouted. "Glad to," said the camel. First he found Father's big wrench and using it to turn the pipe, the opposite way that Dad had. He managed to stop the frightening rush of water almost at once. Then he did a quite remarkable thing. He started to drink and drink and drink and drink, and he kept on drinking. "Delicious water you have here," he said between gulps. The skinny old camel started to fill out. He reminded Benjamin of a balloon being blown up. With each gulp, he grew wider and taller, and his 2 humps grew fatter. Soon the basement was almost completely dry. The camel had licked up the very last drops under the ping pong table when both Father and Mother came rushing down the stairs carrying mops and pails. See, there's Mom with the mops and Dad with the pails. Mother was crying, "My baby, he'll drown!" But look, there's Benjamin and his camel just having a good time. "Everything's under control," said the camel quietly. Benjamin Dilley's father didn't hear him. The water's gone," he said. "I don't understand." "Naturally," said the camel. "I drank." But of course Father didn't hear. "I just don't understand," he repeated. The next minute, the plumber was banging on the kitchen door. The plumber was a big man in blue overalls, and he was followed by 2 helpers carrying the tools. "Where's the flood?" he shouted. It's gone, said Father. My camel drank it up, explained Benjamin. But no one paid any attention to him. The plumber looked around the baseboards. I thought you said it was filling up with water, he grumbled. Benjamin thought he sounded a little disappointed. Finally, after searching in the corners and behind things, the plumber found a small drain under the wash tubs. He scratched his head and said that somehow the water must have gone down that little tiny drain. Of course, said Father. Of course, said Mother. And that was that. It seemed impossible to Benjamin that none of the plumbers noticed his camel. Camels are pretty big, and this one, with all that water in him, was the fattest, bulgiest one ever. Benjamin thought that if the plumber was able to see that tiny drain under the wash tubs, surely he would see a great big camel. Just to check, he imagined a whole tree full of owls right in front of the plumber. The plumber didn't see them. Oh, I like this one. Benjamin imagined a horse playing the trombone just as loud as he could into one of the ears of the helpers. The helper didn't see it or hear it. Finally, he imagined a leprechaun who danced merrily around the basement, painting everyone blue. But they didn't notice. Not even Mother, who always said that blue was her favorite color. That night, when he was snug in bed, Benjamin Dilley imagined the camel on the side of his bed and the genie on the other. He imagined an owl on each bedpost and some bunnies. Good night, said Benjamin. Look, there's the camel too. And the genie. Good night, said Benjamin. He felt sorry for all those grown-ups who couldn't see his friends. Pleasant dreams, said the camel, and the genie, and the owl, and the bunnies. And they all went to sleep together. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine something. Close your eyes and think of a pig in a polka-dotted clown suit twirling a hula hoop. Can you see it? Have fun with your imagination.